All right, ladies and gentlemen, the playoffs begin now. They are lining up at Daytona. Cody Burke and CJ Jeffries on the front row. Christian Visconti, Curtis Mitchell have the second row. Kirk Marble and Edmund Jones on the third row. Chad Ragsdale, Joshua Rudolph on the fourth. Alex Harper and Scott Roney rounding out the top 10. Matthew Logan, Dylan Schreiner, 11th and 12th. Brandon Jennings in 13th. Matt Morrison in 14th. Tyler Thomas in 15th. Austin Ruskoff in 16th. Richie Joplin in 17th. Mark Kluge in 18th. Richie Ragsdale and Garrett Korn round out the top 20. Brian Hewitt starting in 21st next to Dylan Potter in 22nd. Dakota Brown in 23rd, Kyle Reeder 24th, Patrick Pieper in 25th, Joshua Nichols 26th, Brandon Anderson, Gerald Poole, Garrett Barber, Double D, and Troy Thomas round out the 31 car field here tonight. Everybody getting stacked up on the grid. It is Daytona. They have the risk of a big one at any moment. They have one fast repair available tonight. Nick Dawes cheering on Curtis Mitchell as the drivers get out on track. And folks, don't forget, we got a lot of great racing to come this week, including tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern, the final season of Jones BS Racing begins. Tuesday night retreads racing at 6:30 Eastern. Wednesday night C12 Motorsports is back. They will take to the track same time, 9 Eastern. And Thursday night Home Motorsports at 7:30 Eastern. So if you love racing, come join us every night. All right, everybody get buckled in and get ready to go. They come through 3 and 4. Everybody stacked up, racked up, and ready to go racing here at Daytona. The pace car dives in. They will fire on the green flag. And the green flag flies. The playoffs begin at Daytona. It will take them about a lap and a half to get these cars up to full speed. That inside line looks like Chad Ragsdale did not get off the line as good as the rest of them. Lost a little ground. A bit of an opening. Nobody's coming in. Ragsdale closes it back up quickly. And wow, 3 cars ducked below the apron, dropping back. A small group has already broken off the back as we've got briefly at 3 wide and 3 and 4. Some of the drivers trying to play it safe here in the early going as Christian Visconti goes to the lead and leads lap 1. Dakota Brown has had a problem back behind. No caution. Look, oh! Cody dropping down underneath Christian. Kirk Marble goes to the apron. And we've got a, whoa! wrecking on the back straightaway. The caution is out already. Looked like most of the field were able to avoid it. Looked like some of them saw it coming and dropped to the apron quickly. Let's see if we can see what happened. We'll start with Dakota Brown and lap 1. All right, here they come through 3 and 4. Dakota, a lot of bumping coming through 3 and 4. Dakota tries to come down the track, doesn't realize there's another car there. He goes for a spin and a big hit to the inside pit wall, turns it around and keeps it going. And let's take a look from the chopper. We're going to take a look at Matthew Logan. Logan in the 45 car. They come out of turn 2. You saw that bobbling up front. Looked like it had a bit of an accordion effect. And Matthew Logan gets the worst of it. Oh! Matthew Logan gets T-boned in a big, big way. Looked like Matt Morrison, also one of them involved. And that may have been Tyler Thomas. And there they went, trying to avoid the chaos. Tyler Thomas was leading that group back behind, trying to avoid the chaos. Car spins at just the wrong time. Hey, good evening, Ryan. I thought you were back tonight, buddy. Tyler Thomas had to tow it in. Matthew Logan was able to limp his car back to pit road. Several cars on pit road for repairs early. So Ryan McDaniel will be back next week when we go to Bristol. You gotta wonder, what's more chaos? Here at Daytona or going to Bristol? Hard to say. But man, Bristol will be an exciting race. Folks, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We have a lot of content coming out on YouTube. We worked all afternoon on getting YouTube shorts out and released several extra. We release about 10 to 12 YouTube shorts a day, a mix of racing, trucking, and a whole lot of other chaos. Hey, good evening, MP. Everybody stacked back up, getting ready to go back racing. Christian Visconti will have control of the restart. Cody Burke on the high side. And with the reset for the playoffs, Cody Burke's big points lead went away. Yep, MP, they began the playoffs tonight at Daytona. Interesting choice. We're at Daytona this week, Bristol next week, and the first round of the playoffs ends at New Hampshire 2 weeks from tonight. All right, here they come out of turn 4. Pace car dives to pit road. Into the restart zone. Christian fires. They are back underway. Really surprised we didn't see more drivers in to top off on fuel. Drivers have roughly 15 to 16 laps on a tank of fuel tonight. I expect if we get another caution around lap 10 or any time after, we're going to see everybody in. If we get a green flag pit stop, things are going to get interesting. We had a great Daytona race here Thursday night with Home Motorsports. If you missed it, you can find it on our YouTube channel in 4K. Visconti continues to lead. Brandon Jennings right behind Joshua Nichols, now up to third. Cody Burke leads that outside line at the moment. Ryan, at least you're comfortable, buddy. Some of the drivers starting to make their way up through the field. Brandon Jennings currently sits in third, up 10 spots. Brian Hewitt up 17 spots, now into fourth. Joshua Nichols up 21 spots into fifth. Troy Thomas up 25 spots into sixth. Patrick Pieper up 17 spots into seventh. As we're starting to see a lot of these playoff contenders up here in the fight. Gerald Thanos Poole up 19 spots into ninth. And Garrett Korn just picked up, we've got one blanket on the bottom. You definitely do not want to be behind a blanket car here at Daytona. Things can get sketchy quickly for a couple of reasons. Reason number one, if you can't see them, you don't know where they are. More importantly, you don't know where they'll reappear. And reason number two, if the car is not visible for us, then the sim is not detecting it, and you don't get the draft or any benefit from it. Cody Burke has made his way to the bottom and back to the lead. Richie Joplin lurking back in 21st. Dylan Potter right ahead of him. But Double D at the moment is in the best position to show you why they call it a 200-mile-an-hour chess game. Riding along with Donald Durant's, a.k.a. Double D, as they head down the back straightaway toward turn 3. Double D giving himself plenty of space here as he lets Curtis Mitchell down into line in 19th. A little bobble coming out of turn 4, seeing these cars move around a lot here tonight. And jumping up, let's see, Dakota Brown's in-car camera. Everybody actually being pretty patient right now. They come down the back straightaway, guys ducking out, trying to keep those engines cooled off. Brown way out of the gas, got a big run right to the bumper ahead. And all this while they are running 199 to 200 miles an hour. Christian Visconti on the highline, starting to build some momentum. Looking at the track temp, it has come down just a hair. It's now 77. Air temperature currently 75, still humid, 74% humidity. Visconti looked like he was going to try and come down. And it looks like Brandon may be bump drafting him in the turns. It does make you faster, but it is so risky, especially this early in the race. Oh, reckon down the front straightaway, looked like Kirk Marble involved. The caution is out. Brian Hewitt, CJ Jeffries, Gerald Poole, all involved. And I bet we see everybody on pit road. Let's see. See if we can see what happened. Coming down the front straightaway. Brian Hewitt up top. Oh, the car behind him tried to make it up the middle. Hewitt got sent for one heck of a ride. And kisses the wall. Taking a look, that was a gutsy move going 3 wide this early on. He got a bit of a run, just barely taps him. It turns CJ up the track. And almost everybody able to avoid it. But a couple of cars do get caught up. Troy Thomas Jr. was the one that got stuck behind CJ. Cody Burke is leading. And like I said, we are likely to see everybody in for fuel this time. The Dominator leads them in. Will anybody try and stay out to pick up track position? It looks like one driver has decided to stay out. Looks like Joshua Rudolph has stayed out. He has taken his car to the front. Cody Burke did win the race off pit road. Christian Visconti, Garrett Korn, and Brandon Jennings rounding out the top 5. Now the drivers do have 2 extra sets of tires tonight. I don't know how many of them will actually make the attempt at changing them, especially under green flag conditions. But a lot of drivers toward the back of the field, while they were in getting repairs, did go ahead and take 4 tires and fuel. Troy Thomas Jr. on his way out. Gerald Poole coming out as well. And it looks like Gerald may have gotten a speeding penalty. That's going to be a huge, huge setback. Gerald had made his way up into the top 10, got caught up in one of the incidents, and now has a lot of work to do. And a lot of cars dropping back in there, topping off. Scott Roney, Richie Ragsdale, Matt Morrison, Chad Ragsdale, Edmund Jones, and of course, Austin Ruskoff. Austin being the king of topping off. Mark Kluge also in. Now, Joshua Rudolph did pit on lap 4. He is going to hope for another caution very quickly. If not, he may have to go to pit road by himself, and that could hurt dramatically. In Daytona and Talladega, you have to have help coming to pit road and coming off pit road, getting back up to speed. Without drafting help, you're losing 4 to 5 seconds a lap. All right, everybody is stacked back up, ready to go as they come through 3 and 4. Oh, we've seen a couple of wrecks, but 3, 4, maybe 5 cars at most, and each one we have not seen the big one yet. But folks, you'll definitely know when we do. Pace car dives in as they come down the front straightaway, and the green flag flies again. Cody Burke nails the restart. Even up on the high side, he is trying to get back down to the bottom, and he pulls it off before they get to turn 1. That leaves Garrett Korn leading the outside line. Richie Jomplin has been making his way forward all night. Richie currently in 8th place. Interesting fact about Richie, at Daytona and Talladega, if he makes it to the end of the race, he has never finished one pointing the correct way. In fact, he got his first win at Talladega back in the old Nowski series in the trucks with the truck backward. But hey, a win's a win even if you're backward. Garrett Korn's got that. Oh, we've got a problem in turn 1. The caution is out. A lot of a lot of good wreck avoidance. Curtis Mitchell, Kirk Marble. Looking to see who else got caught up in this. But I did see a lot of great wreck avoidance. Let's see what happened. Looking at Kirk Marble in the Monster Energy 16. They come across the start-finish line. Oh, looks like Visconti has a problem going into turn 1. And that's where it all started. Let's take a look at Christian Visconti as he goes off into turn 1. There's Christian in the 80. On the bottom, it looked like he tried to make a move to the outside. Couldn't get there, tried to come back down. He bounced off a couple, managed to save it, but he comes back up, bumps Richie Joplin. And let's take a look at this from the chopper. Richie right there behind. He'll move up to the high line. When he sees Christian getting below, you see Christian up ahead. Looks to the middle. Tried to come back down. It didn't work. And there comes Christian up into Richie. Everybody behind gets caught up. Several more cars caught up in this one, but again, just 5 or 6. We have not seen the big one yet. The top 7 stayed out. Everybody from 8th on back came in. Alex Harper on his way back out. Gerald Poole was caught up in it. Managed to keep the car going. He holds on to 11th. Dylan Potter in 12th. Chad Ragsdale in 13th. Richie Ragsdale in 14th. Brandon Anderson currently in 15th. Christian Visconti has come to pit road. Joshua Rudolph also got his caution. Also worth noting, Double D coming off pit road. He is already up 10 spots into 20th. And I have a feeling we've got several championship contenders now toward the back, including Patrick Pieper, CJ Jeffries, Dylan Schreiner and Garrett Barber. I have a feeling we're going to see some of these guys charging toward the front. The lights are out. Everybody beginning to stack back up for the restart. Austin Ruskoff, Edmund Jones, several others have ducked back into top off. Kyle Reeder and Kirk Marble now back in 29th and 30th. Kirk Marble third in points. Kyle Reeder back about 12. Both of them playoff contenders. Definitely going to shake the playoffs up a bit, starting them here at Daytona, then going to Bristol next week. And you know what? We still have 30 cars on track, and 30 high-powered cars do have a tendency to make a little bit of noise. So, you know what that means. We're going to crank it up on the restart when the green flag drops. I'm going to stop talking. We're going to crank it up and let you guys listen to all that horsepower. The pace car dives in into the restart zone. The green flag flies. Crank it up, y'all. And the caution is back out. Austin Ruskoff, Kyle Reeder, both involved. Looks like problems coming out of turn 4. Let's see if we can see what happened back behind. There's Austin up on the high side. Reeder gets a huge run up to Austin. Austin drops it down to the bottom. Oh, looks like Reeder tried to make it 3 wide. Boy, Austin didn't lift. And there's Kyle Reeder. You see that big run he's got. Austin drops to the bottom. Christian Visconti gets into him. Ouch. Visconti sent Reeder and Ruskoff through the infield. Now, we did say we were going to see some of these guys charging up through the field. And Cody Burke is leading the field back in, but guess who stays out again? Joshua Nichols. This time Curtis Mitchell stays out. Garrett Barber, Brandon Anderson also staying out. Double D stays out, as well as Troy Thomas Jr. And Matthew Logan stays out. He is moved back up into 7th. After getting caught up early on. Right at the halfway point here at Daytona. We have seen the field flip-flopped a couple of times due to incidents on track and pit stops. Looks like it's just been flip-flopped again. Cody Burke, who was leading before the caution, now back in 10th. Patrick Pieper had an extended pit stop. He's on his way back out. Christian Visconti apparently took some damage in that incident. He is still on pit road. Double D is coming to pit road. Man, that's got to be tough, giving up all that track position. However, he had not been to pit road in quite some time. But now Joshua Nichols and Curtis Mitchell up front. Lights are out on the pace car. Everybody stacked up and ready to go. At the moment, Troy Thomas is currently the biggest mover in the field, of 26 spots into 5th. But Joshua Nichols out front, up 25 spots to the lead. Here they come through 3 and 4. Race 1 of the playoffs, it could definitely shake up who stays in contention as the pace car dives in. And here we go, green flag. Back in the air, Nichols is away like a bullet. Curtis Mitchell just dropped to the bottom, and I just noticed, looked like Curtis has had some significant bump drafting throughout this race. That rear bumper is pushed up. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway, a lot of guys already jockeying for position. Already trying to get 3 wide up the middle. They settle back into 2 wide for the moment. Garrett Barber now leads the outside line. Barber getting a big push from Brandon Jennings into 1 and 2. Looks like the pack may have broken up a little bit toward the back. Not very much though, as Christian Visconti just shot up the middle 3 wide as he tries to get his way back to the front. Richie Joplin and Gerald Poole hooked up. You know those two are working together. That could be trouble for the rest of the field. As it looks like Dylan Schreiner is making a move up the middle. Garrett Korn going to give him a hand. The middle line starting to form a bit early. This is a bit gutsy, and now they have even more help. At middle line, now 3 cars deep. Make it 4 cars. Whoa! Things get very tight up front. They are 3 wide for about 3rd place. And Dylan Schreiner's gamble appears to be paying off. Garrett Barber leading the outside line. Nope, that is no longer Garrett. That is the Dominator leading the outside. And don't look now, Christian Visconti is back up into the top 10. He's going up the middle 3 wide. Things are getting a bit sketchy toward the front. As Garrett Korn is battling for the lead, that middle line is out ahead. Visconti drops to the bottom. Had enough of a run to block Garrett, and Christian Visconti reclaims the lead. That was some gutsy moves that got him back to the front. Oh! Garrett Korn comes down. Garrett catches there. This is going to be in trouble. And a big hit as he comes up into 1 and 2. The caution is back out. "19 laps to go, the caution comes out again. And Garrett Korn just caught the worst of it. Keep an eye on Garrett Korn. They're on that outside line, right next to Cody Burke. Visconti moves up to block, and a bad bump from Brandon Jennings sends Garrett down through the asphalt. He comes up, collects Kirk Marble. No, I'm sorry, that was Brian Hewitt. Ouch. See if we can get the chopper on this one. That was definitely an aggressive block by Christian Visconti. Sees Korn getting a big run up the outside. Korn has to check up. Nothing Jennings could do. Garrett Korn comes back up, gets Hewitt. Couldn't tell who the other car was, but ouch. Whoa, Christian Visconti, quite a dive to pit road there. Brian, I'm kind of afraid to watch your in-car camera. I don't want to make the people at home sick. And apparently Brian Hewitt's night is over. Let's take a look from Hewitt's in-car camera. Warning, if you get car sick, you might want to look away. Alright, riding along with Brian Hewitt. He was just outside of the top 10 as they came down toward turn 1. There you see the run as they get bumped off track. Oh! That would be a surprise. Well, I hate that Brian Hewitt's night is over, but man, what a view! Christian Visconti won the race off pit road. Cody Burke in second. And you see Burke down on the apron starting to conserve fuel. This pit stop has him just outside of the fuel window. In fact, these guys ducking in may be able to go the distance. The guys that are going to try to conserve from here, though, a green-white checkered could ruin their chances. And while they are getting back to the start-finish line, let's make sure Brian Hewitt is okay. Hey, Brian, it's Doug. You got me?
Hey, Doug. How's it going?
Good, man. Have you been checked out, or are you doing okay?
I have a concussion, and, I'll be back next week. That was an incredible hit. The Hans device worked, so thanks, Dale.
Oh, man, a heck of a run tonight. You're running in the top 10 most of the night. Ryan and I both kind of cheering you on tonight, but heartbreaking to see it end this way, but a great run.
Oh, it was fun out there. These guys are great and putting up a good show, so thanks for broadcasting it, Doug.
My pleasure. Great job, buddy.
Thanks.
Well, Brian Hewitt will be okay. Hey, good evening, Joe. How are you? All right, here they come out of turn 4. Christian Visconti in control. The pace car dives in, and here they come. The green flag flies again. 15 laps to go. And as we mentioned during pre-race, 15 to 16 laps on a tank of fuel. These guys are very, very close. Hey, no problem, Joe. Great to see you, buddy. Down the back straightaway, side by side, Burke has the nose ahead. Big push from CJ. Cody drops to the bottom, takes control of the inside line. And Christian comes up the track. This could be a dogfight between these two at the front. Back behind, everybody relatively calm, but wait about 5 or 6 laps, everything will heat up. Couple of drivers trying to get that high outside line. Running, Brandon Jennings up top. Nobody going with him. He has no help. Richie Ragsdale looked like he was coming. Jennings probably going to slide back in line. Edmund Jones has worked his way back up into the top 10 and 6. And they are already 3 wide out of turn 2. Brandon starting to get some help up top. He is starting to move forward. Chad Ragsdale moving up just a bit. Kirk Marble now stuck in the middle. He's got help. Garrett Korn right there. Kirk drops to the bottom. Garrett finds a hole, slides back in. Oh, we've got one car way off track. It was Kirk Marble. No caution yet. See if we can see what happened to Kirk. There's Kirk in the 16 Monster Energy car. Garrett trying to work his... Oh! Ragsdale comes down just a little bit. Got a little wobbly. Wow. Heck of a save by Kirk Marble. Christian Visconti has reclaimed the lead. He jumps to the high side to block that outside line. Burke coming on the inside. They're 3 wide at the front. Visconti back to the bottom. CJ leads the high line. Oh! We've got problems back behind. The caution is out. And a lot of drivers managed to get to the apron or through the infield and avoid the worst of it. Garrett Korn, C.J. Jeffries, Brandon Jennings, Joshua Nichols, Richie Ragsdale, Dylan Potter, Dylan Schreiner, Edmund Jones. Looks like that is everybody that got caught up. See if we can see what happened as they come out of turn 4. A lot of look like Garrett Korn may have been where this started. Taking a look down from the chopper. Garrett Korn down on the inside. C.J. Jeffries up top, leading that outside line. Whoa! Garrett didn't get a bump. I don't know what caused him to go to the right. And that is where it all went wrong. It's take one more look and see what happened to Garrett. Cody Burke was back behind. Wasn't close enough to bump, I don't think. Oh, he may have gotten into him a little bit. A lot of guys managing to avoid it, but several getting little pieces of it, and half the field goes through the infield. A lot of guys came to pit road this time. It looks like Cody Burke is dropping to the tail. I think he may be taking responsibility for that incident. So Christian Visconti and Dylan Schreiner will be up front. Richie Joplin, Edmund Jones on the second row. Dylan Potter, Matt Morrison on the third. Kyle Reeder, Gerald Poole on the fourth. Troy Thomas and Matthew Logan round out the top 10. The top 10 has been shaken up yet again. All right, everybody coming down the back straightaway. Don't forget, if you missed any part of tonight's race, it will be on our YouTube tomorrow in beautiful 4K. Hey, good evening, Songbird. Alright, here they come through 3 and 4. They'll have about 7 laps to go when the green flag drops. The pace car drops in. Christian Visconti, Dylan Schreiner get the green flag. They are back underway. Dylan gets clear, gets down to the bottom. Edmund Jones now controls the outside line. Oh, Richie tried to come up but wasn't clear of Edmund. That outside line did not get off to a good start. And they are all fanned out everywhere. Schreiner making a move up top. As we've got a middle line starting to form. Things may get a bit bumpy. drivers try to make their way back toward the front in the final laps. Cody Burke making his way back to, oh! Smoke behind. No problem yet. Gerald Poole now in that middle line, almost to the front. Right behind Edmund Jones. Christian moves up top, so did Dylan comes to the bottom. 5 laps to go at Daytona. They are 2 wide for the first 2 rows, 3 wide on back. Everybody looking for somewhere to go. That third lane starting to advance. Edmund looks up there, doesn't go. Four laps to go at Daytona. Will they hold on? Kirk Marble now back up into the fight as well. Edmund Jones can't get that middle line rolling. Matthew Logan trying to lead the outside line. Looks like that third lane is starting to move. But the inside line, whoa! The inside line seems to be the fastest at the moment. Three laps to go at Daytona. It is still anybody's race. Oh, Gerald is around. They stack up. Caution. Caution is out. We'll go to a green-white checkered. Patrick Pieper ended up off track, but let's take a quick look. Looking from the chopper, and I think some of these guys may have actually saved it. Keep an eye on Gerald Poole there in the purple and silver 9 car. Cody Burke gets a run to the inside. A little bit of net code. The guys originally involved seem to be okay. Back behind though, Chad Ragsdale looked like he might have caught a little bit of trouble. There you see the incident. There's a car blinking up top. Chad Ragsdale bounces off Kirk Marble. Looks like Ragsdale got the worst of that one. Looks like Gerald Poole's car, for the most part, okay. Does not look like he is coming in. Cody Burke is coming in along with Kirk Marble. Chad Ragsdale got the worst of it on his way in. Patrick Pieper also in. Several of the playoff contenders having problems here late. Dylan Schreiner in second is currently the highest running playoff contender. Matthew Logan back in fifth, also a playoff contender. As is seventh place, Alex Harper. And 10th place, Kyle Reeder. These guys definitely have a huge advantage here at the moment if they can hold on to those spots. Cody Burke drops all the way to 21st. Kirk Marble, 22nd. Chad Ragsdale back to 24th. Patrick Pieper, 25th. Brandon Anderson, 27th. And Austin Ruskoff in 28th. All playoff contenders struggling here tonight. Hey, thanks, Frank. So we will get our first attempt at the green-white checkered. They'll have 2 laps to try and settle it. And anybody on the lead lap still has a shot at it. And currently 28 cars on the lead lap. Christian Visconti and Dylan Schreiner have the front row. Definitely not the place you want to be on a restart with 2 laps to go. They're going to be driving out their mirrors more than out their window. They come through 3 and 4. What could be the final restart of the night. Pace car is in. And the green flag flies. 2 laps to go. Oh, they're wrecking. They're wrecking at the front. The caution is back out. We'll get another attempt at the green-white checkered. And what in the world just happened? All right, let's take a look from the chopper. Keep an eye on Edmund Jones, the black and green car, to the inside. Richie Joplin right above him. The pace car dives in. They hit the restart zone and fire. Oh, Richie comes down just a hair. Gets into Edmund. And they all have problems back behind. And that will shake the top 10 up yet again. Christian Visconti continues to lead. Dylan Schreiner in second, Dylan Potter in third, Kyle Reeder in fourth, Matt Morrison in fifth. Gerald Poole, Troy Thomas, Brandon Jennings, Scott Roney, and Curtis Mitchell round out the top 10. Now the question is, how many of them have to duck back in for fuel? The top 6 have not been in for fuel in almost 20 laps. Granted, some of it has been under caution. And several drivers now out due to incident points, including championship contenders. Brandon Anderson is out. Garrett Korn is out. Josh Nichols is out, but not a playoff contender. And Alex Harper is getting waved back to the lead lap. And now we have to wonder, this top 6 or 7 cars, they've got to be super low on fuel. Will we see drivers run out in the final laps? Kyle Reeder now back up into the top 5. Dylan Schreiner in second, up 10 spots. Dylan Potter in third, up 19 spots. Kyle Reeder in fourth, up 20 spots. And the biggest mover of the night so far, Gerald Poole, up 22 spots into 6th. Richie Joplin did end up losing a lap. Alright, this will be the final attempt at the green-white checkered. So no matter what happens from here, in 2 laps we will have a winner. Alright, here they come out of 4. The pace car dives in for the final time. Here they go. Green flag back in the air. 2 laps to go at Daytona. Dylan Schreiner, Christian Visconti side by side into turn 1. Visconti trying to move up the track. Kyle Reeder closing in. Whoa! Brandon Jennings, Matt Morrison doing a little dance out of turn 2. And we've got one up the middle. Reeder's around. Several cars into the grass. And a lot of wrecking. And the caution is out. And it looks like we'll have to see here in a moment. It does look like they're going to race it back. Neither driver has any help at the moment. And what will they find when they get to turn 3? Note they will stop. And we'll see what the official scoring is here in a moment. It looks like the win will go to Christian Visconti. His second win in a row. Here they come, out of 4, down the front straightaway. Christian Visconti, this second week in a row, will pull off the win in a wild race here at Daytona. Dylan Schreiner holds on to come home in second. Dylan Potter comes home in third. Before we talk to the top 3, let's take a look at this final incident. All right, looking back behind it, Joshua Rudolph down the back straightaway. A lot of guys moving, trying to use every run they have got. Oh, there's where it all started. Looks like Patrick Pieper involved. And that may be where it started. You see them moving up front. Oh, the car on the bottom gets bumped up. Gerald Poole gets caught. Pieper, wow. That was definitely the big one. Take a look at this from the chopper. Launching up toward the front. Guys trying to use every bit of momentum they can. Curtis shoots up the middle, gets a bad bump, and that's where everything goes wrong. Well, that was definitely a wild and eventful finish. Let's talk to our top 3, starting with third place, Dylan Potter. Dylan, it does appear wreck avoidance was what you needed tonight.
Heck yeah, man. That was pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. That was pretty fun.
It all popped off right beside and behind you on that final restart, and you were just in the perfect position.
Yeah, we took the green, and I was just trying to be careful. I wasn't going to push my limits and try to wreck the two guys battling for the lead. And I seen the guy come to my inside, so I just decided to just stay low, hold my line, and just pray for the best. And luckily, we came out unscathed with that last big wreck and pulled off a P3 finish. This is my best finish of the series so far. I don't do this very often.
Well, man, you definitely got it done tonight. That was a heck of a race and a heck of a finish here tonight, man. Great job, great wreck avoidance, and I know you got caught up in one earlier, but a great comeback.
Yeah, I just barely got in that one, and the steering felt fine. And one of the guys said that my front end was a little scratched up, but everything in the wheel felt fine, so I decided to just go for it.
Well, man, it definitely worked out. Congratulations, buddy.
Awesome, thank you.
It does not look like Dylan Schreiner's available, so we'll talk to our winner, Christian Visconti. Christian, 2 weeks in a row, man.
Yeah, it's awesome. I didn't think I'd win that one at halfway.
It definitely got wild, and obviously you got a little bit off the pit cycle, which puts you toward the back a couple of times.
Yeah, I mean, I just I put myself back there. I tried making a kind of an aggressive but dumb move into one at some points, like about 20 or whatever. Got an EOL for that, causing that wreck, and I got stuck back there a bit, but I was able to carve my way through. Thankfully, really fun doing that. Obviously, wish I didn't have to, but not going to complain.
Well, man, it was definitely one heck of a race, and like you said, you carved your way back up very quickly and managed to hold everybody off there at the end.
Yeah, it was awesome. I don't know what else to say. I got not even lucky, I guess, with those cautions. A little lucky because they could have, been thrown at any time. I could have lost the lead, but I don't know. That was fun. Nothing more to say. I had a blast.
Well, great job and a great win. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Christian Visconti gets the win at Daytona, and I am sure once we have the playoff points, well, things are going to be substantially different after tonight. We'll see about getting them posted tomorrow once they are out, folks. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. We will see you tomorrow night, 7:30 Eastern, for the final season of Jones BS Racing. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night, y'all.